In the last 10 years, I've generated over $30 million selling online products and services. And if I take a step back and look at each business and product from a 40,000 foot view, there are 7 key steps that I took each time to ensure that every product was a success, and I'm going to take you through them right now in this video. But first, if you're new here, I'm John, husband, father, entrepreneur, and founder of AdClients.com, and I've achieved all of this without hustling 24/7, sacrificing my personal life, or having to stop doing the things that I love. And now here on this channel, I help other people do the same. Now, the first thing we need to do, and everything starts here, is figuring out what to sell. Now, to me, it's obvious because I've been doing this such a long time, but I want to share it with you because there are so many different business models and options and things that you could sell. And so many of these options I think are just too hard, too expensive, or very little reward for the effort that you put in. The best business to start right now, hands down, is a knowledge-based business, also known as an information-based business. The idea is that we've all got knowledge in our head. We don't have to be an expert. We don't have to have certification. We don't have to have studied for 5 years to get a degree in that particular area of expertise. You may have life experience. You may have had a problem that you've learnt how to overcome, or any other way of accumulating that knowledge. But chances are you have knowledge that other people don't. And those people are willing to pay you to get that information. It's shortcuts. If someone is desperate enough to find a solution to a current pain point that they have in their life, and they are desperate enough and the pain is strong enough, then they are willing to seek out an expert who they can learn from. And there are so many benefits to this type of model. Number one, it's very scalable, because the way we would do it is package up our knowledge into maybe a series of training videos, or perhaps you would offer one-to-one coaching sessions, and all you really need for that is to get access to a Zoom account, and that's it. You deliver some coaching. So there's very little cost involved, and it's very easy to scale because there's no handling of physical products, which is the second reason this is amazing. There's no physical products. I had an early business where I was buying and selling on eBay, and that turned into buying and selling on Amazon, and I was taking daily trips to the post office, and I had inventory coming to my house, and it was a mess for very small profit margins. But information, the profit is so high, and as I've mentioned, so easy to scale. Thirdly, less deliverables, right? You don't need a bunch of stuff. You have your knowledge. All we've got to do is find a way to package up that knowledge and offer it to someone. And like I said, it can be one-to-one coaching calls or maybe a series of online videos. So deliverables are small and easy to put together, but the profit is very high. And finally, it's easy to market. When you put a product like this together, you can now have an international audience. You're not restricted to a local area where you're having a business pop up and fingers crossed you get some footfall. You can design a product that some people need, and now you can use targeted advertisements and social media strategies to put your offer in front of the most perfect person who needs that and is willing to pay for it. Now, the second thing you've got to do is get focused, okay? So many people online make a huge mistake, which is that they start a new business or they try a new marketing strategy and they don't try it for long enough. And when it doesn't work instantly, they try something else. And what you end up with is, over a period of time, you've got you here, you're trying to build this business, but you're doing 10 different things. And you've got to imagine that you are now giving 10% effort to each thing that you're doing on a daily basis, right? Rather than just having one offer and you're going to do everything you can to make that business work, we try another offer, and another offer, and another business idea, and another opportunity. And before you know it, you're spread so thin, everything's getting 10% effort. Now, do you think anything great has ever been built on 10% effort? No. So what you need to do is strip away all distractions and get back to the one main thing. Pick one product, one offer, and double down on it until it works. You've probably seen that famous image of someone mining for gold and they give up right before they strike it. Well, we're doing that again and again and again when we just reset and try something new. Double down on one offer. It will work. It'll just take time for you to figure out enough of what's not working to find what is, and you'll get to the end result much quicker than if you spread yourself thin. Now, the third thing is pricing. Whatever product or offering that we put together is, whether it's one-to-one coaching or a video series, we've got to pick a price. How much are we going to charge for this information? Well, there is only one obvious choice, and that is making sure that we are what we call high ticket, that you position your price at a premium ticket level. Now, the reason for this is if you go low ticket, what you're often finding is that you're attracting people that are not serious enough about the problem. It takes time for someone's desperation to build, for their pain to be strong enough that they are so determined that they're going to find a solution to their problem. Before that pain amplifies to that point, they're just shopping around on YouTube for free information and maybe investing in a $7 ebook and, dare I say, a $100 online course. Those people aren't serious. And because they're not serious, they're not going to implement the training. If they don't implement the training, they're not going to get the result. If they don't get the result, your business is not going to be satisfactory for you or your clientele. People demonstrate with their wallets how serious they are. So if you want great clients that actually do what you say and therefore get the result and make you feel great, you're making some great money and you're impacting and helping people, you've got to put yourself at a premium price. What's a premium price? Well, this might scare some of you if you're new to this, but it's a 4-figure price tag. No more are you going to sell a $49 online course and that's it. We've got to get up into the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And as your confidence builds, and it does take time, you can continue to put your price up and up and up. I've had clients that have come to me over the years and their price is $500 and they've assured me, John, you don't understand my industry. They do not spend high ticket money. It just will not work. Well, long story short, that same client now has an $8,000 coaching. What changed? Their confidence and their knowledge of the industry. So with time, you'll learn this stuff, but I'm telling you right now, this is the key, high ticket price. The fourth thing that you need to learn and understand is this concept called displayed understanding. And I wrote it out on the board in the break because I'm dyslexic, and if I tried to write that while talking, it would have been a disaster. Displayed understanding is making sure that everything in your marketing, the way that you put yourself out there, the way that you promote your new offer is with the avatar in mind, that you're thinking about how they're thinking. You're displaying to them that you understand them. The businesses and products and offers that fail are the ones that just try to market for the sake of marketing and copy other businesses thinking that's the way to success. What you actually want to do is define very clearly who is it you want to help, what is their current pain, how are they feeling, what have they tried before that didn't work. Essentially doing as much research as you possibly can on your avatar, and then everything you say and do in your marketing is to speak to that. A helpful exercise that you can do is you can take an A4 piece of paper, put a line down the middle and put pains on one side and gains on the other. And I want you to make as long a list as you can of all the potential pains that your client avatar is likely feeling right now. Get into their mind, do some research online, join some forums and get into the conversations and hear how they talk and how they describe their problem, and write all of those down, and then do the same for gains. Make a big list of all of the things that they want, the things that they're craving. In most cases, it's going to be the opposite of a pain point, but there'll be some others that come out, but it's still worth articulating it as a gain. Because when you take this A4 piece of paper now, when you're planning a marketing campaign, when you're recording a new advertisement, when you're making a post for social media, when you're building a sales funnel, when you're building a website, you can take your pains and gains resource and have that feed the copywriting and the messaging in every area of your marketing. And what happens as a result is you become the obvious choice. Because if you are pinned up against one of your competitors and Mr. or Mrs. Prospect is looking at both of you, one of them has bland marketing and branding that doesn't really speak to them, and here you are speaking their language, talking about exact problems and exact ways they're feeling right now, they are naturally going to gravitate to you and you're going to win the business. And number 5 is another one that I wasn't going to attempt to write out in the moment. Deliverables versus positioning. You need to understand the difference between these two things and how they work together. Every business has the deliverable, the item that they're selling or the product that is on offer or the coaching that you fulfill on, and then surrounding that, almost packaging it up, is your positioning. The deliverable is the thing that they get when they purchase. The positioning is the way you win them as a client, because no one knows that this thing is good unless you tell them about it. So the way you position it's really important. So let's imagine that we've got two businesses, okay? We've got business A and we've got business B. And let's imagine that business A has focused a tremendous amount of time on the product. They put so much effort into it. It's so good that they can't understand why anyone would not say yes to it and want to buy it. But business B, they have focused all their time on the positioning around the outside, okay? Now let's go a step further and say that business A, because they've spent so much time on delivery, they haven't put any effort really into the positioning, i.e. the marketing of the business. But business B have a terrible product. It is awful. I mean, it is close to a scam. It's that bad, but their positioning is epic. If these two are out there in the marketplace and a client is deciding who to pick, who wins the business? It's business B. Why do they win when they've got such a crappy product? It's because their positioning is so good. Someone doesn't actually see the deliverable until money has been exchanged and then they are delivered what they paid for. So it's the positioning that actually won the client. I'm sharing this with you not because I want you to think that I'm advocating for having a crappy product and great marketing. I'm actually advocating for having both of these things dialed in. It is not enough for you to just have a great product and then fingers crossed hope the right people find you. You've got to have a great product, but you've also got to wrap that around with great marketing and positioning that's going to not only put you in front of the right type of people, but attract them into your business to actually exchange their money with you to buy your product. Now, the sixth thing is a short enough word that I can do it on the spot in front of you, and that is traffic. We need to understand how to drive traffic, i.e. get eyeballs on your business. Now, there are a number of different ways to do this. We can focus on organic strategies, which are free. It's uploading onto YouTube and hoping people find your videos and come through to your website. It might be posting on Instagram. It might be creating a community online in some way. These are all free strategies. Nothing wrong with those, but they take time. And they take time because nothing's guaranteed in the beginning. You could put a video up that takes off immediately, and you could be uploading for 100 days straight and not generate one single eyeball. On the other hand, we can do paid advertising. This would be where we run a simple ad campaign. It's going to cost us a bit of money, but we can get traffic instantly. Now, I'm a big advocate right now for both. I think we need to have paid traffic as the quick wins. Let's get some traffic in, let's pay for it so we can test and find out what's working quickly, but let's also have a long-term organic strategy as well. So to get your ad campaigns taking off as quickly as possible and give you the greatest chance of success, I've got a great resource for you. It's called the 60-second script. And it's basically telling you exactly what to say and do in a video ad for 60 seconds that will entice the right people to click through and join your business. Great resource. It's been responsible for millions of dollars in profitable ad campaigns, and it's my free gift to you. Just go ahead and click the link that's somewhere in the description box, or maybe there's a QR code popping up. Let us know where to send it, and we'll get it straight over to you. And number 7 is something we call an incubator, okay? You have to understand that not everyone that's going to buy your product will buy on the first exposure. Meaning, when you run an ad campaign or you generate some clicks from social media and they successfully come through to your website or your sales funnel, they're not necessarily going to purchase straight away. In fact, most people won't. They need to have more exposure to you and more opportunities to hear about your product. And the more they see it, the more they hear it, the more they're being indoctrinated into you and your brand, then they might purchase later down the line. So we need to be implementing this idea of an incubator, a place where you can keep people warm. They come into your world. Don't get upset if they don't buy straight away. Focus on keeping them warm in a multitude of ways. First, your email list. Make sure that you're generating emails as a part of your sales process so that they're on your list and you can be sending them training, extra goodies, free resources. You're staying front and center. You're reminding them that you exist. and when they're ready, they'll purchase. Another example of an incubator might be a Facebook group or a school community, a place that is free entry, but they get to be a part of something. They get to be in your world, and again, you're keeping them warm, ready to purchase later on down the line. Another example would be this right here, my YouTube channel. In fact, many of you watching this right now may have seen me for the past few weeks or past few months. I'm demonstrating this right now. Maybe you came through one of my sales funnels and you haven't decided to work with us yet, but you're here watching my videos. I'm hopefully keeping you warm, providing goodwill, and at the right time when you're ready, you might inquire about becoming a client. So real quick, in summary, we first have to decide what to sell. My recommendation is something knowledge-based or information-based. Get focused, one product, and double down on it until it works. High ticket pricing, you're gonna make more money from less people and have a higher impact. Understand your market and demonstrate that in your messaging. Focus on not just creating a great product, but understanding amazing marketing as well. You can't avoid the need for traffic. I recommend you focus on paid traffic to start so you can get some numbers in the door and see what's working. And understand that you're not going to sell on the first attempt every time. Keep your leads warm. Your back-end revenue will be massive. If you want to see this in action, I've got a video right here you should check out where I break down one of my sales funnels that's generated over $3 million single-handedly in the last 12 months. And I implement these 7 things and so much more. So check that out. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in a future video.